It's Dominique, and this is the final part of decreasing your knitted lace hat. So as you can see, I made the magic loop by pulling my cable in between a couple of stitches, and it's just easier for me this way. And you can pull out your working needle, that's another option. So row 7, knit 2 together and repeat for the whole round. I'm going to do this for 2 rounds, simply because that leaves me with less stitches to work with in terms of sewing at the end. So all you're doing is just knitting 2 together for the whole round. Super easy. And it continues your pattern for you. And I notice that a lot of hat patterns sometimes request that you use smaller needles to do your decreasing. I suppose maybe for a snugger fit, or maybe because it's easier, I don't know. But I'm just sticking with the same size 4mm circular needles throughout the whole pattern. It is possible, if you're comfortable with the magic loop, while you're knitting, by all means do that, or switch to double pointed needles, whichever makes you feel comfortable. Oh, I missed it. And make sure you have a pair of scissors, or if you're strong enough you can tear your yarn. If it's wool, you can just rip it when you're done. And a long sewing needle, not necessarily super long, but one with an eye that's big enough for your yarn to be threaded through. Make sure you have those handy. Okay, my marker just fell. Alright, so one more torturous round of knitting 2 together. So this is your round 8. Okay, I'm just pulling my cable through again. And just a few more to go, and then we'll be done your knitted lace hat. All right. There we go. We are done. I just had a little thread hanging there. Okay, so we are done, and I am down to 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. So if you want, you can decrease again, do another knit 2 together round. Totally up to you. I'm done. So I'm just going to cut off a good length size. The more the merrier. You can always weave in the ends or sew the ends. So leave your stitches on the cable needle for now. Thread your sewing needle with your yarn. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is continue going in the round. I don't want to go backwards. I want to go as if I'm knitting still and just thread my needle through all the stitches. So one way to do it is just leaving them on the needle and slipping your needle through. Be careful not to poke yourself. Needles are sharp. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip them off of the knitting needle and onto the sewing needle as smoothly as possible. Okay. So there's one here. Don't pull too tight yet. It just makes things easier if you kind of keep things loose and then tighten it afterwards. And at least this way, if you slip off the stitch at the same time you're threading it onto your needle, you have less chance of losing stitches and your work unraveling. And this is one of the easiest ways to close the top of a hat. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'll just open it up for you and take a look at your hat. Hopefully it looks something like this. And I'm just going to pull tightly and firmly so that the center is closed. And then I am not very good at sewing, so I'm totally making this up as I go. Pull it nice and tight, and then I kind of go through the stitches again, or as many of them as I can, just so it's nice and tight. Okay, and then I'll insert my needle through the direct center of the little star, pull it through carefully, make sure you don't stab yourself, and pull that through nice and tight so you don't see anything. And then all I'm going to do is inside my hat, I'm going to to make a knot. Just trim. I just turned my hat inside out, cut a section, and then make a knot. Because nobody looks on the inside. That's my theory. I'll make 2 knots just in case. Give that a little trim. Trim this later. And there you go. You have yourself a nice beginner's laced hat. There we go. It's pretty easy to make, pretty quick to make once you get used to the pattern. And minimal sewing, my favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, by all means, send me photos or show me links to photos of your hat, or make a video of your hat, post it down below. That would be awesome. And I think this pattern is super easy, super fun, and super great. And it would look great in multiple colors as well, like multi-changing yarns. Thanks. See you.